Hey y'all, I hope you're having a great day, staying cool. I'm back in my conference room, which is also where I binge watch Seinfeld. And today we're going to be praying for the lost. And before we do that, before we step into praying for the lost, I want to talk about who the lost is and how Jesus engaged with the lost. So the lost is commonly a term we use to talk about people that maybe are not Christian, have not heard the gospel, or don't believe in Jesus, or just simply live lives outside the four walls of the church and its community. And if we look at the gospel, we actually see a trend of how Jesus typically engaged with the lost people. And we see this in John chapter 5 specifically, where we are introduced to the paralyzed man who is laying by the healing waters. And Jesus says, "Do you want to be healed?" And the man says, "Yeah, I'd love that, but I can never reach the waters before someone else jumps ahead of me. So I've been laying here for years and I haven't been able to be healed." And Jesus says, "Pick up your mat and walk." And he does. He picks up his mat and he's able to walk miraculously. And it isn't until a few days later when Jesus sees the man in public and he's like, "Hey, looks like you're doing great." And the man's like, "Yeah, man, thanks for healing me. What's your name?" And Jesus introduces himself. And from there, the man that was healed actually goes on to tell people about Jesus. And that is exactly how Jesus engages with the lost on a typical day in the gospel. He always addresses the immediate need first and then introduces them to the good news. He addresses the urgent humanitarian need first and then asks them to believe something that might seem radical. And I pray that we have the same spirit when we approach the lost people in our community. Every time Jesus was met with someone who was lost or was in need of something, whether it was a blind man, a bleeding woman, a paraplegic, whoever it was, he always healed them first and then introduced them to who he was and the miracles and the good news of the gospel. And as we engage with the lost in our community, I hope that we engage with a similar heart posture. We look to the immediate needs first, and from there, it becomes a launching pad for deeper discussions about the gospel. I pray we're never the Christians that approach a homeless woman and we say, "Be blessed, just have faith." And instead, we're the type of Christians that approach a homeless woman with food, water, shelter, addressing those humanitarian needs first. And from there, we've established equity and trust, and that woman has seen what the love of Jesus looks like in a day-to-day basis. And from there, we can have a discussion about who Jesus is and what the gospel is. So as you walk through your day-to-day schedule, your routine, maybe you're dropping your kids off at school, maybe you're going for your walk or you're at work, keep an eye out for who the lost is. And as you're praying for them, also ask yourself how you can help in whatever needs they have. Ask how you can be a part of their life in a tangible, active way. I pray for this for our church, and may we be seen in our community as active Christians who also pray over our people. Have a great day.